Hello everybody, today I have the pleasure to propose to you this key 71st entitled Evil. So this is the third chapter, the third video regarding this series of 4 different videos. All of them are independent, of course, but this one is a little bit more down to earth, that to say more practical, with certain techniques and certain advice to help you to manage and to neutralize evil. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna depict and explain a little bit how to manage devil, okay, Satan. Okay, as I explained before, evil means many things. Means literally, if I have to explain and to summarize, is literally all the segmentation, fragmentation, separation from the unity, the wholeness, the harmony. Okay, is the fragmentation. So it means many things. It means low vibration, essentially, low frequencies, low energies. Okay, compared to high energy, high frequency regarding unity, regarding love, regarding divine dimension. Okay, so this is just for you to understand well the duality. But also, why it's so important to know, because how to solve a problem, how to cope with a problem is simple. You need to identify what's the functioning, how does it work, okay, in order to bring some corrective action and or to have some adjustments, to have some fine tuning, not fight tuning, fine tuning, okay, of course, a joke. All right, so the first thing is we're gonna see with Satan, but Satan as an egregor, that to say thought form, that to say an energy, globally speaking. Okay, as we said, in spirituality, Satan with a capital letter means the icon, okay, the character, we could say, and with a S, small s, means an adjective. It means literally an energy in potential, in everybody, in everything. Every concept can be, let's say, perverted. It means that there is systematically, if you take a knife, okay, no need to explain that you can cut your food, you can do art and craft, and so on, arts and craft, and or kill someone. Okay, so there is a positive things, a luminous things, and darkness within. Okay, so it is an adjective for that. This is my point. Okay, so how to deal with, let's say, the devil? If you try to fight with the devil, he won. Okay, why? Because it's really important, this concept in general, not only for Satan, devil, and so on, but in general for managing evil. The conflict that we have all the time in your work, in your family, in your couple, with your friends, and so on. When you receive bad energies, when you receive aggression, attacks, and so on, how to manage with that? If you try to give back the force in opposite side, he won. Why? Because he's nourished with this egregor through the bad energies, the low energy, fear, let's say, hate, all this low vibration, pain, all this is crediting, nourishing the egregor of Satan, devil. So if you try to fight, you lost already. Okay, this is really is fuel. It is really is food. Okay, low vibration. That's why, you know, Mother Teresa say, don't ask me to accompany me to a demonstration against war. Don't ask me that. But if you offer me a march for peace, I will come with great joy. From one side, don't ask me to come for a demonstration against war. And the second, I will be pleased to accompany you for a peaceful, a march for peace, okay, a walk for peace. What is so different? Because you don't engage the same behavior, you don't engage the same energy. In the first one, okay, yeah, against war, so it means opposite vector, force of reaction, okay, of opposition. So in a certain extent, you credit something, an opposition, okay, and a force and a kind of violence as well. That's why a lot of people are going for a demonstration for peace, and at the end it's finished by a fight against police or against other demonstrators, you see. Or the paradox that in history some people conquer on behalf of God, on behalf of peace, they go for war. That's a nonsense, right? It's a paradox. I think you will have understand. So, how to manage? So the goal is not to fight against, is not to struggle, but is to neutralize. And how come? To embrace, in the sense of trying to, you know, in martial art, this is taking if you have aggression, the goal is taking this energy and giving back, okay? So it means there is no, let's say, violence, is reusing the energy. So don't ignore, of course, Satan. Don't ignore devil in general. If you turn, there is two extremes, and evil loves extremes. He always wants that we fall down from like a tight rope walker, you know, in two extreme. The first one is if you turn away from the devil, if you run away from the devil, you don't want to see, you bury your head in the sand. He manage. I mean, he will take care of you. Okay, and on the other extreme, don't see him everywhere. Okay, that's the point. So Charles Baudelaire, French poets, say the most beautiful trick of the devil is to persuade you that he doesn't exist. Okay, so don't ignore, but in parallel, it's also the fact to, this is the middle way. The middle way means avoid extreme. So the other extreme would be to see him everywhere. You know, some people, they are, let's say, joy killers, and they see bad things everywhere. Okay, as long as you have initially a luminous intention, this don't see. Take an example. Smile at someone on the street. Okay, if someone always see badly, why is laughing at me? Why is mocking me? Or why he want to seduce me? Or he's gay? He's you know, all this kind of thing. A smile is just pure. It's not necessarily a mockery. It is also just sharing good energy. So if someone has sunglasses, he will see everything dark. Even reading The Little Prince, he will see many bad things. That's the point. The fact to talk about devil doesn't mean that you credit it. It's not because we are talking about it that, no, it's to be mature and to avoid to close the eyes. It's not because you close the eyes that the problem disappear. That's the point. So facing reality, facing a problem is also a kind of maturity. And it's true also for this aspect, this topic. How to neutralize? Basically by not crediting it. That to say, to avoid, I told you, the fuel of devil and evil in general is low vibration, segmentation, separation. And low vibration, low energy means many things. Means judgments, resentment, hatred, fear, violence, all this kind of thing. I think it's clear. So don't produce this. That's it already, first. But on the other way around, and I want to separate, emit more light, emit more high vibration, love, compassion, I don't know, be merciful, be grateful, and so on and so forth. Okay, all the positive. Help people on the street, and so on. This is low vibration. Only with that. Admire. Thank you. Wow, it's so beautiful, beautiful tree, and so on. You are at this moment in the unity. And at this moment is a kind of fortress and it's like waterproof against devil, evil. neutralize by embracing him or it with love. This is really complicating, and don't think it is glorifying him. It's nothing with that. It's just with your compassion, because I told you, devil or evil in general is the fruit of suffering. So you can consider that he's suffering about something. So try to be to have compassion towards him, and to try to understand also then there is a tinge, a difference with adhesion, of course. You can be to make fun, okay, but gently. Otherwise, you switch to a mockery. If you are sarcastic and so on, then it means that he's not gentle at all. Okay, so it means that you credit him. Okay, so it's the good balance. Okay, but laughing can be positive as well. Just for fun, for detachment and so on, to see that oh, you don't care. You know, like I don't know. You can see, for example, imagine Halloween. Okay, kids arrive. They have a costume and they do to you, and you laugh. And then you show them, it's for laughing, of course, but you can show them, they don't have impact on you. That's the point. It's more for you to visualize a little bit what I try to say. Remind him that he was, let's say, the brightest angel. Okay, he's a fallen angel. Okay, but he decided to separate from unity and so on, because he didn't want to recognize the potential light within humanity. Anyway, but just it is deeper than this. We will see more down-to-earth consideration, but to remember someone when he was at the top of his game. Okay, to remember, it is a technique used by an African tribe when someone, is out of the middle path. He did wrong things, quote a mark. They don't blame. They just remind to this person what he did the most luminous, to refresh, to remember. Okay, just to remember, reactivate this positive energy. That's the point. Just one thing I want to mention here is a quote I have in the book I published in June, and I will try to edit it in English. I translate in English, but if you can help me to edit, okay, it's part of time. We can split off so through different people. So anyway, try to understand the essence of what I want to transmit. The illusion of separation made us believe that God and the devil were characters external to man, whereas they both cohabit in a potential in everyone, ready to be revealed or activated in the depth of his heart or in the darkness of his abyss. Abyss means the shadows and so on. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that there is an evolution with spirituality, and fortunately now we don't perceive like in the past, in the Middle Age and so on, even if in esoteric current, all of them, they always thought that God was not a man, old man with a beard in the clouds, in the sky. The old esoteric, through ages, since the beginning of humanity, always felt that God was within potentially everything, nature, everything, the cosmos, within human beings in potential, and once again to be activated, of course. And so, and now in spirituality, maybe we evolve, and it's more massive thoughts in the fact that we have a certain godness. Okay, all right. But what about the devil part? Can we admit that we have potentially demoniac part, that to say this potential to destroy, like I say many times, Shakti in Hinduism is a goddess for which she gives birth to her children, and she ate and she killed her children. What does it mean? It means it's a metaphor to explain that every beings has in potential the the potential to create and to destroy. Okay, that's the point. Okay, so now how to manage evil with us? Well, I mean, daily in a certain extent. First, how to manage your own bad energies, your own evil. Okay, low frequencies and so on. I give you some techniques and or some advice. First, don't wait anything for anybody. Only rely upon you. Okay, like this, you're not disappeared. You know, Einstein said, if you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. This is something I applied, to be honest, and especially in my job as a CEO of in business in China and working with different countries. I didn't start from the top to be disappointed. I just started from ground, let's say, from ground zero, from let's say. From the beginning, I mean from zero, and in better case and in worst case, I was just positively surprised. You understand the point? And I invite you to do it. Another point, don't ruminate. Ruminate means that for the cause, okay? Ruminate means that you are in loop in your mind. It means that you're always thinking about bad things and so on. Why is so important? Why is not a detail? Simple. You know, for example, when you walk on the ground, on the grass of a park, and you're not supposed to, and if a lot of people are doing that, after a while, it becomes a path. Okay, if you go and you go and you go, it's the same in neuroscience. The more you use some connections in your neurons, with your neurons, the more you reinforce them, okay, as a motorway, as a real road. What does it mean? It means that those who are always saying, fuck, they are always in the negativity and always thinking about bad things and so on, they are, this is a kind of addiction of evil. Okay, I know it's unconscious, but it's a reality. This is what we call epigenetics, okay, work from Bruce Lipton, for instance. Epigenetics, we discovered that the mindset impacts our metabolism and our health. This is the principle that we know, nocebo or placebo. Placebo in Latin means high hill, and nocebo means I destroy myself in a certain extent. What does it mean? It means I'm completely convinced about something. I take a pill, there is nothing inside, and I think it will be good for my health. Then I activate this potential. And on the other way around as well. So what does it mean? Those who are positive, they have a good mindset, they will be more, healthier, and they will have more chance to radiate, to radiate and to awaken. Okay, that's extremely important. It's not a detail. Okay, so this is neuroplasticity. Epigenetics and neuroplasticity is the neurons are like stretch. Okay, that's the point. To have a certain detachment, to analyze like a piece of theater with games. Okay, oh, this guy is doing properly the bad guy, for example. Okay, your boss, I don't know, this guy and so on. Is to be detached and try also by extension to understand the roads, why they activate like this, by empathy. Empathy is the capacity to integrate the mentality of someone with the history, for example, the traumas, the past, the childhood, and so on, so on. Okay, a lot of people, they are aggressive because they are not confident. A lot of people, they show off also because of that. And so on and so forth. Though they try to have their own space. So try to analyze that. This is also extremely important to be more tolerant as well. Okay, so you are more tolerant if you consider that people they try their best, or they have good intention and so on. They don't have the good result for you according to your perception, but at least they try. So empathy allows that. The notion of mirror. What does it mean? Life is a mirror. It's a reflection. In a sense that try to observe what is not set up, what is not settled within you, what is not solved within you. Okay, why you overreact regarding this? It doesn't concern you, for example. So, but if, for example, you see, for example, if I've been burned, okay, by sun and so on. If someone just caress me, I will jump. Or just someone does like this, I will jump. Okay, it's the same thing. So if a trauma has not been solved, a problem has not been solved, the mirroring of life will affect you, and you will activate evil within you. So there is practical things like I explained, for example, breathing. Breathing is extremely important. There is many techniques, Sufi breathing, Essenian breathing, well, anyway, there is different techniques, holotropic breath work and so on. You have in all tradition almost. Okay, I explained that in the key 23. 23, you have dozen of different techniques for breathing, like cardiac coherence or alternating rhythmic breathing, like inhale 5 seconds, breaking 5 seconds, exhale 5 seconds, and so on, like this, and you establish a certain rhythm and a certain let's say peace in a certain extent. But for example, hyperventilation. I explained that. Okay, you hyperventilate like this, I don't know, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and so on, and then you finish by inhaling and you hold your breath, okay, like 1 minute, 2 minutes. You will see how you feel after. Or you can do by mouth as well, or by nose. You hold as long as you want, and then you breathe normally. You will see. And by the way, when you are upset sometimes, you're obliged to do that, to distress a bit. Okay, so I invite you to check the key 23, explaining very well very well, as much as I can. Let's say I try my best to explain the importance of breathing, how to breathe well, and the different techniques. And there is also 23 plus is an exercise for which I give you. It's a guide meditation to help you to breathe a little bit like Wim Hof and so on. But Wim Hof just took back from pranayama. Pranayama is the science of Ayurveda from Hinduism, from millenniums, of course. So, self-suggestion is Kue method. What does it mean? It's repeating ceaselessly, okay, some positive dimension. I'm peaceful, I'm in peace, or whatever. You re-explain that, it will become, with neuroplasticity, will become your second nature. You resetting, okay, it's a new program of your mindset in general. Self-hypnosis, I gave you the techniques in the key 35. I gave you also a guide meditation regarding this self-hypnosis, resetting your mind and so on, your unconsciousness and so on and so forth. Of course, how also to manage your own devil, your own evil, but it's simple. I gave you in between the key 20 and 21 and 40 and 41, 30 multiplied by 2, so 60 different techniques and tools to be happy and to rise your vibration, rise your energy, okay? As long as you do, if you are always you are grateful, you are luminous, you are in harmony, there is no chance that evil can penetrate you. That's the point, or can be activated within you. Okay, so that's the point. I depict that in the book available in English. I edited, I pay for that to be edited and so on. It's a gift. It's for free. The name you can have on my website is Sage Passage Utopia. You have 65 different tools to rise your vibration and to be a fortress against your own evil and against evil in general in the world. So, second point is also how to deal with evil from other people, okay, from outside. The first one was evil, within, that's to say inwardly. that's to say within you, and here is outwardly, okay, that's to say coming from outside towards you. So first, visualize a shield of light every morning, okay, like a short meditation or a bubble of light. If you can afford a Tor, you know, Taurus, yeah, with an activation, with a movement, but otherwise just a light, a ball of light. I have a meditation of my website and also in the historic of the different videos to help you, okay? It's guided meditation, same, you just have to follow. But you can just visualize 5 minutes like this. Imagine a big 2 meter diameter, that's enough, and of light like this. You are in your cocoon, okay? But you can do it anywhere else. I mean, you can do in the subway if you think there is a tension and so on. You just can pretend to sleep, and you're just visualizing the light bubble, for instance. You can also quote, you know, mantra of protection. Those you like it. It can be religious, can be spiritual. It's up to you. It can be a word. It can a magic word for you, protection. It can be asking protection from your angels, your guides, God. It's up to you. Don't take anything personal. This is one of the 4 Toltec agreements. Okay, there is a 5th one with discernment and lucidity, but this one, don't take anything personal. Even the attacks. Most of the time, the attacks are just it's not because of you. This is only because something is not solved within someone. Someone who is jealous against you and so on. Most of the time is because this person is not confident, or a frustration and so on, because for instance you did, I don't know, some studies, you are just you just have your diploma, MBA and so on, and some people reproach you this and are aggressive towards you, and you say, how come? It's not because of you, it's because maybe this person has a frustration not to have the abilities, not to have had the money to do it, or the chance and so on to do it. And maybe this person is frustrated because this person was able to do it, capable even more, but due to financial problems and so on, situation, this person could not. So it's not against you, it's just because this person has something not solved with it. So very important always not to think anything personal. Eventually, to remind to the person, this is the African tribe tradition, to remember to someone what was luminous within. Okay, so if someone is aggressive and so on, you can just say nicely, it's strange, normally you're wise and so on, and you're very luminous, why you attack me like this? Okay, so in that case, the person maybe will reactivate this positive part within. Okay, try to avoid gloomy environments. Why? This is you know, especially the killjoys, okay, the killer joys or joy killers, maybe those who are always pessimistic, okay, because you know it's like mimicry. Mimicry is like a chameleon. It means that the environment impacts your mindset. If you are very positive and everybody is gloomy, everybody is negative, after a while you will infuse that, okay? You will soak this bad energy and it will be part of you, okay? So be careful about that. Avoid toxic people and environments. So how to do? First, identify people like this, okay? Is it punctual? Is it always, okay? Did I try everything with them? What's my link with them? So, this is my family. This is my my partner. This is just a friend, long-term run, and so on and so far. Okay. Oh no, I just met this person 1 year ago. It's true that for 1 year is always negative. She's always negative. Oh, maybe I should separate, or I can help as well. I try my best and so on. But if you see that the person doesn't want to evolve, because some people, this is the Calimero phenomenon in psychology, some people unconsciously identify themselves through their suffering, and they just want to cry and always to life is unfair and so on and so forth. Okay, we have all these kind of people within our environment. The thing is, it is punctual. It can happen to anybody, to be depressed, depression, and so on. But if you help the person, you see that this person doesn't want to evolve, then it's up to her or him. There is psychology, psychoanalyst, and so on, so far. You can help, and as long as you think you did everything you can, and the person use therapies and so on, and then after many years it's completely blocked and you cannot change. It's up to you to identify what to do eventually, to leave or to run away, and or to do a break. Okay, this person, okay, I let you manage, okay, 2 years, and we will see each other when you will be stable, let's say. I mean, when it's too much, when it's toxic. Also, identifying the problems means focusing on what? In terms of percentage, for example, this person is egocentric, wants always to be right, is aggressive, envious, critical, pessimistic, lack of attention, always using victimization and so on, and try to value this. I mean, in terms of percentage, but this is a personal assessment, of course. Also, very important is non-violent communication. I talk about that in the key entitled Empathy. Empathy is the master key to open up the door of a smoother and peaceful, harmonious life in general, for society in general. It doesn't mean that everybody love each other, but at least they understand each other and they respect each other more. Let's take down-to-earth things. For instance, so the basic, I mean, I re-explained this in the key 48, but just to make it short, concretely, it's two parts, okay? You have your wife or your partner, okay? And for instance, you just put on the table, okay, how you felt, what you're feeling regarding a situation, plus what you would like in the absolute, what would be the ideal, your needs, what you would like to be improved. The person does exactly the same thing. They explain the perception, and the person explains his or her wish. I give you an example. For example, after the dinner, the guy goes immediately in the sofa, and the wife stay and clean the dishes. So her feeling, she feels that her husband doesn't respect her, okay, because letting the doing alone. And she would like that he give her help to her, like this is good moments, it's faster, like this they can have time to be together and to enjoy TV or whatever. First point, so she explained her feeling, then what she would like. He, by return, will explain, sorry, darling, I thought it was your hobby, that you love to be alone after lunch and you love to clean dishes. But he's serious, he's honest. And so he explained his perception. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. You should have said maybe, and so on. Okay, so he explained the perception, his perception, and then his wishes. For example, oh no, honestly, I would prefer that you don't touch this. We do it, or I do it on the morning because I'm fresh. The morning, on the evening after my work, I'm very tired. I would prefer to do it by my own. On the morning, early morning, because I wake up early, and like this, after dinner, immediately we go together in the sofa, and so on. You see, so in both parts, and this allows to express directly perception and needs or desires and so on. And like this is smoother, and then we can adjust and we can fine tune. Okay, it's fine tuning. Okay, so this is, it can be used. I teach it in the orphanage of Bali, and I teach it my program of new evolutionary school, evolutionary school. Okay, and I'm pretty sure the more we will do it, and the more, I mean, the more peaceful life could be. Because it's true, I teach also for managements, I teach for, I'm CEO of a company, okay, so we have different members, different philosophy, different origins, Chinese, Europeans, and so on and so forth. Okay, so same in Bali when I manage people, they don't have the same culture, the same mentality, the same perception. Everybody is different. That's why it's so difficult management, because it depends on the situation, on the character of people, and the interaction with people. So imagine it's 3 concepts, but at the end it's like infinite. Okay, so it's the same principle. It's true for association, for school, for life, for general couple, for society, for everything. Okay, and if we want a better word, maybe it could be interesting. Some tips. Don't identify to anger. Anger is just a temporary state of mind. Okay, it's like today, the good weather is not eternal. It will some days, the rain will come back and so on. But when it's raining, I'm not crying all the time. I know that beyond the clouds, there is also the blue sky. It's the same principle. It's not, so be detached as the witness. Okay, be detached of your emotion. Leave your emotion the maximum possible. Let it go. Okay, cry if you want. Be angry if you want, if you need. But don't repress your emotion, okay? This is, otherwise you somatize, okay? So let it go, okay? If you need to freak it out, shout, scream, and so on, do it, okay? I explained that in the key 32, okay? If you need to shout because you are super upset and so on, and it's happened to anybody, do it underwater, okay? For example, underwater, like this, you don't break your throat. And also, your neighbor won't be too much afraid. Try to do it. Honestly, then you feel released a little bit. Okay? It's like going to toilets a little bit, if you want to see. Another technique, if you have a punching ball, punch, or just a pillow. I used to have in Shanghai and also in Bali. And it's super, you do it for 3 minutes, then you are relaxed, I swear to you. Or you can go for running like crazy, running a maximum until you cannot anymore. Maybe it will be only 300 meters or 500 meters, whatever. It's just at the end, you will be peaceful. You will see. There is many things like this, but it's also, for example, the fact that to preserve yourself of the fact to be the perfection. Perfection is not from this world. Let's try to see how to manage your own, let's say, criticism, jealousy, and envy. Okay, your own devil regarding that. So, before criticizing people or being jealous, make a self-analysis, self-criticism. You know, in the Bible, John 8:7 said, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." Okay, first. Secondly, why don't you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? This is Matthew 7:3. So, I'm going to read also a Jewish mystic, Baal Shem Tov, that I love, and this is absolutely very beautiful because it's invite this self-analysis with the notion, summarizing the notion of mirroring. Life is a mirror, and to see where are you regarding a certain, let's say, problems potentially within you. The person next to you is your mirror. If your own face is pure, the image you perceive will also be perfect. On the other hand, if you see a flaw in the person next to you, it's your own imperfection that you discover. You are shown what you need to correct about yourself. Okay, so this is the notion of mirroring game. Mirroring game means to see what's not set up and settled within you, okay? And why you overreact towards a problem and so on. Try to analyze and to diagnose the origin of this, okay, overreaction and so on. It's coming from a trauma, childhood, comparison, inferiority complex, all this kind of thing. A projection, it can be anything, but try to analyze, because analyzing a problem is the half path of solution. It's, you know, it's like a gauge, a valve, you know, in fine tuning, okay, like a dam you can open and close as much as you want. Okay, so it's a fine tuning, okay, is like gymnastics, okay. Why? Because it's really up to you to avoid and to make some quotas of negative criticism. What does it mean? If you say, for example, you put a quota saying in the morning, okay, I will have the right so only to criticize 5 times, for instance, or 10, I don't know. And you try to reduce like this, okay? Because if you're always judging, criticizing, this is bullshit, or is stupid, and so on. Honestly, this is simple. You reduce, you lower your vibration, and you are out of unity, okay, and out of awakening. So focus on your own shadows, on your own potential, let's say demoniac potential, let's say your weaknesses that sometimes you do wrong and so on. It allows you to be more humble regarding the judgment towards people. Try to focus on your own alignment, your mission and your attention. Okay, people, you think people did wrong, this is their business, this is their own rhythm, okay. Maybe you are higher, you don't have this problem anymore. Be happy that you think that you are out of this, and if you are completely out of this and you you solve this problem, it shouldn't be affect you that much. Try to focus on the half full glass empty, and not the empty, half empty, of course. Once again, when you have emotion, let it go. That's it. Don't try to be a superhero, a superman, a superwoman. This is an emotion. Try to let it go. It doesn't mean punch someone if you are just to manage yourself. Okay, that's important. You are sad, be sad. That's it. This is the same principle. How to deal with the jealousy, the criticism from outside, outwardly. But try to ignore, not to pay attention. This is one of the solutions. Personally, I cannot do that. A mirror, also, it's always, you know, in an eye for an eye and so on. You can also sometimes just to say to someone, when this is strong ego, okay, strong ego, sometimes you can also just to, I don't know, you can say, for example, when you know that people will be not touched by nice things, for example, sometimes criticizing you, is a good writer, and he criticizes you, this is bullshit what you wrote. And you can just reply, okay, so the fact you write properly is allowing you to be a bad person, and but we know that let's say I don't know, evil is also the fruit of suffering and so on, so good luck and so on. This is a bit pushy, but at least it can break the shield, or at least the shell of a big ego, strong character. Then it can be softer, and it can be also another point. You can let's say try to say, for example, oh, it's not really nice what you say to me. But yes, maybe I don't write properly, but at least I do my best. I give all my heart and so on. If you have someone sensitive and at least a minimum human, normally this person will try to have a certain repentance. It's the principle of giving the second cheek from the Christ is the same principle. Is more to address to the divine part, the soul of the higher part, the higher self of the person. Okay, you can also ask an advice. Okay, so you're so talented, the so talented person that you are could help me maybe to improve my way of writing and so on. You know, When you flatter the ego, most of people like it and they will appreciate you more. And especially if you show certain weaknesses. This is tricky, but it's like this. You can also say, this is French things, we say, criticism is easy, art is difficult. Because I'm always saying this is super easy not to make any mistake when you don't do anything. Okay, it is easy to be sit down under your computer under pseudo and saying dislike, horrible, awful comments and so on, and you don't do anything in your life. Okay, that's obvious that you will never fail. But those who don't have any failure, this is what I always explain in the coaching of life coaching in my course on Udemy, on even in management or in entrepreneurship, and this is really Anglo-Saxon way. This is more Latin, the Latin part, Latin, French people and so on, Italian and Portuguese, we are really focused on the failure before the potential success. I know in States, in Canada and Britain, people don't care about that. Okay, you failed 3 companies, that's fair enough. It's corrective action, there are corrective action, you learn from that. Next time will be better. You can see a lot of successful people. Most of the time, they just communicate on the success and not on the failure. Is human, is normal. Okay, so but this is really Latin, and to focus only with negative part, this is too easy. Okay, this empowerment I told you is the fact to be not responsible of our action and so on. But once again, in this new era, in this new transition to re-establish a new luminous reset and so on, new civilization, new paradigm, new, let's say, I don't know, state of mind, it's up to us to act and not to wait and see. This is really important. Another things could be asking to people. Okay, so do you have? Okay, so you have a bad comment regarding this video, for example. This is bullshit. Okay, thank you for your wisdom. Okay, ironic. Do you have some books, some videos, some conference you did for me to improve myself and to inspire from your large wisdom? Okay, there is 2 things: a bit of sarcasm, ironic part, humoristic, and also humor, and in parallel of that, to push the person. And most of the time you will see there is no reply, because once again, it's easy to have a big mouth, acting is different. You can also explain that, because you know the problem of ego is the notion of what we call in German Lebensraum. Lebens means to live, and Raum is the place in a certain extent. It would be a living space, we could say. The living space is the nature things that we need. Okay, like if you are completely like in the face of someone, people will say, "Get out of my free space." It's the same principle. We need to feel safe, and for that we are animals. So, as long as you know peeing the furthest possible, or to show who has the biggest one, sorry to be vulgar, but just to provocate some reaction and for you to understand with some beautiful image. This is, as long as person feels safe, they are not aggressive anymore. Most of the problem of ego needs to fight because he's not confident and so on. I give you a simple example. If you say to someone, and this is what I used to say and advise as a consultant within my own company, with my general manager and my purchasing manager, for instance, this kind of thing. Okay, they don't like each other. We don't care. You are paid for that. I'm the CEO. Yeah, I don't want you to go for holidays necessarily, but at least you are mature and you are professional, so you respect each other. So try, you say to her separately, say to her, I need your help. I need your talent. I know that you are good at this and this. I need to learn from yourself. I will help you also from this side and so on. People are not completely stubborn and not completely close-minded. They will understand. As long as you flatter the ego of people, usually they like you better. This is extremely also important. You can also, to take it out, the envy, okay, from other people, or bad energy, evil, and so on, you can also take, take a shower, but just to visualize a beam of light, okay, a beam of light, okay, like this, cleaning up all the negativity you receive within the day, and so on, aggression, and so on, physical, emotional, and so on, so far. Okay, so this is important, some tips to keep in mind, that nobody have been unanimous, in the sense that if you take Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, Spinoza, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, none of them, all of them has been slandered, mocked, ridiculized, criticized, unpopular, and so on. Okay, so even the most luminous icons that we have in our civilization, whatever the culture and so on, whatever the time in the past and even currently, all of them, they have been criticized, or the fruit, the aggression, they suffered of the aggression of the evil, okay, evil in general. So it's part of the game. We have to admit it, okay? Also, an advice is the fact to keep in mind that nobody is perfect, okay? It's normal, we know it, but try to appreciate. If you consider, I have, for example, an excellent friend of mine, is an excellent guy, okay? But when he's drunk, he's awful. It's not violence, but it's just insulting people, saying bad shit, bad things, and so on to people, and so on. He's awful. But so maybe 10% to 20% of this time, I don't like him like this, okay? But when he's normal, and he's always normal, hopefully, he's an amazing guy. So I just focus on this positive part. And it's the same, even someone is only 20% focus on this part. This is really important, to focus on the positive aspect of someone. It's the same for yourself. We are not, and it depends of your mood, it depends of the moment, and so on and so forth. We had a conflict with one of our former employee, and she made the mess, and to be frank, almost a revolution in our office in Shanghai, and then she quit the job. But anyway, and our general manager, she could not understand that my business partner and I, we didn't reproach her anything, except the fact we were not happy of that, the fact that she put the mess, of course. But we kept in mind, because this was just a very small part of the whole relationship we had. We had a relationship with her, a very good one, professionally, effectively. She was a nice girl and a woman, and so on and so forth. So she brought a lot of things. She was a kind of friend, and so on. So we just say, okay, we just focus and keep in mind 99% of what she did was positive, and the rest at the end, okay, it's happened. Okay, and if we are more thinking like this, I said to you, it will be easier. Otherwise, we have all quota mark, good, bad reason to hate everybody and even ourselves. So in that case, we have no friends, we don't do anything, and we are just bitter. We are just, aggressive all the time. I've been ripped off. I've been abused many times in my work, in many things, in friendship, and so on. It's a part of the game. I just focus on the positive things, and that's it. All right. I just invite you to meditate, to think about that, to try to put in practice what what is vibrating within you. This is only some tools to help you to shape the master key of consciousness, of love, of whatever you want. As you know, all the roads lead to Rome, and to home, and to the dome. Thank you for your attention, and see you very soon.